guys, it's October 9th. It's Thursday. I am feeling a lot better. It's part 4 of What the Hell Are You Wearing? No, I'm just kidding, guys. It's going to be a part 4 of different styles. So the first day, I believe we did a 24-inch 5.5 millimeter baby curb, and 18 carats, this by itself. I believe day 2, we did the 22 karat gold 3.5 millimeter baby curb at 22 inches with a 3.2 millimeter 18 karat heavy cable or heavy link from Jacoje at 23 inches. And then yesterday, or the third day that we were doing it, we just did the 2 millimeter, which is actually right here, the 2 millimeter baby curb. So this is a 2 millimeter baby curb, guys. It's in 22 karat gold. And what we're gonna do today is, today's style is gonna be stack at the same length. So these for me are 22 inches, okay? Depending on your body size or style, they may fit differently. And what I have done is I have a 2 millimeter baby curb, and then I also have a 2 millimeter heavy cable link in 22 karat gold. The baby curb, guys, the 22 karat 2 millimeter baby curb is from HawaiiRopeChains. It weighs 11.4 grams. The heavy cable link weighs 13, I believe 0.3 or something like that. It is from Jacoje.com. So if you guys go out and you just get either one of these chains, any chain. So say you get and it doesn't have to be a 2 millimeter. This is just the example I'm using. I personally like my chains that are shorter to be thinner. Nowadays, I mean, there was a time that I'd wear 7 or 8 millimeter up here, but these are 2s. The 3.5 I really like. 4 is probably the biggest that I would, for me, guys, that I would want to go up there. Everybody's different. Every style is different. And that's what's cool about it. Everybody could have different styles. But say you just had this one chain, because some people, they call them starter chains because they're smaller. These are some of the last ones I bought, so they're definitely not starter chains, but they're what I wanted. They're where I came back to because I like this look. It's these are both 22 karat gold chains, guys. So say you have that one, or you have that one. Say you want to add on another chain, but you're not really into the gap look where there's this would probably be a 20 and a 22. Not that it probably would be. It would be a 20 and a 22 inch. I mean, that could be either way. Usually they say you want your round link at the bottom, and that probably is true for most accounts, because especially if they're the same size, guys, because your round links are always going to look bigger than the flat links. But did you guys see what happens? You go from this and this to this. Now, I had been pairing up the 3.2 millimeter Figaro with a 3.5 millimeter baby curb. I had paired it up with the 2 millimeter. I'm not gonna lie, guys, that 3.5 millimeter is my absolute favorite chain that I own. But check that out. So you go from that look, and and that's why I went ahead and did a round and a link chain today, to show you that you can do that with both when it's the same size like that. And it really doesn't matter. But what's cool, to me, especially like on the figure or whatever, if you can see, I'm gonna pull them apart just for purposes. This does its own thing like that, right? And you can see the light right here. So see how it just kind of zooms up and down. So you've got that effect while you've got that effect, okay? And so I like this look. This was the look for the day, with stacking at the same length. I could do 24, but I personally have been just doing this a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the 3.5 millimeter on the baby curb, just so you guys can see what 3 chains look like. Because even though the 3.5 and a 2 millimeter and a 2 millimeter are relatively small chains, when you put them all on together, now you've got a stack, and they're all gonna do whatever they wanna do. Now, see how that kind of hangs over there? Maybe you're okay with that, but all that really takes is this. You just pull them all up at once and let them go, and they're all gonna kind of fall in place. And guys, those light chains that may be pulling back up here, when you have more of them paired together and they're laying on top of each other, they have a tendency to lay down. Now look way back here. 2 millimeter, 2 millimeter, 3.5 millimeter, all 22 inches. All 22 karat, okay? And it doesn't have to be. They can be all silver. They can be mix and match, guys. I've done videos where I've had an 18 karat gold yellow and an 18 karat gold white heavy cable link at 22 inches paired together with a 2.5 millimeter rope and then with a tricolor rope. So it's really just whatever you want. I would not see an issue at all throwing a little white gold in here. I think that's cool. It gives it a little bit of a streak. Again, every one of these chains is doing something different. You know, let's just say that this wasn't a baby curve. Let's just say that that was a 3.2 millimeter Figaro. Well, that's going to be dancing on the sides and everything. A rope or a cable link or a heavy cable link or a heavy link, those are just going to be running up and down. And then, you know, for me personally, that's a heavy. Because, I mean, guys, if I just had these two, I did a 2 millimeter and a 2 millimeter, but this is my 3.5 and this is my 2 millimeter. And I'm not going to do a pendant today on them or anything like that. But that's that look right there all by itself. So that's 2 chains. And then if you want to throw another 2 millimeter on there, it kind of lays on the top and it makes it more of a full complete look. So there's that for the day. It is Thursday. There's football tonight. So let's see if we can get the predictions done today. Okay, guys? Much love. I hope your week ends up. Well, I didn't want it to end up anyways. I hope your week ends on a super high note. Highest Snoop Dogg.